So a year ago, images of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin with his knee on the neck of George Floyd sparked just outrage all across the country. Floyd died, and the officer has since been convicted of murder.
This morning, we are revisiting the impact of George Floyd's death. So joining us now is Chivona Newsome. She's the co-founder of Black Lives Matter Greater New York. And good morning to you, Chivona. Thank you for being here.
Thank you guys for having me. It's always a pleasure to be able to sit down and speak with you. Good morning.
It's been one heck of a year, right? Remember where we were just a year ago reporting on this. So going back, do you remember the moment that you heard of George Floyd's death and your initial thoughts back then?
The moment I heard George Floyd's death, when I watched that horrific video of him being murdered on film, I cried. No matter what I do when I see death and I see brutality every day, I cried. And then we were contacted the Black Lives Matter chapter from Minneapolis, and within 2 days of the world seeing how George Floyd's on the ground in Minnesota.
You know, as an activist, you're out there at rallies, at marches, campaigning for change. What was it about this particular moment with the killing of George Floyd that really resonated with you, not just you, but the nation as well? Why do you think that is?
That's ironic that you said I'm always on the way to rallies. I'm literally on my way to shut down the Holland Tunnel because George Floyd still needs legislation. But what's different about the last year in this great reckoning in America is the pandemic allowed people to process it. It was the humanization of a Black man. No one could allow or sit by idly and watch this murder go without justice. So everyone around the globe took to the streets. This was the largest civil rights movement of all time. But while everyone's been protesting, we at Black Lives Matter Greater New York started a new organization to help our people in the community. And also we've gotten 7 pieces of legislation passed because nothing happens for marginalized people unless there's legislation.
And you know, I want to get to, you said Black Lives Matter is really now a global movement. And when you look, right, when you looked at the marches that were happening on the streets, and it was actually a rainbow sea of support. Did you think you were going to see people from all walks of life, all races, colors, ages on the streets?
And I think that played a huge part in legislation. That's the reason why Governor Cuomo passed laws. That's the reason why Joe Biden is attempting or allegedly attempting to pass a law. These are the reasons why policy, Attorney General James here in New York has passed the Police Reform Act. So trying to pass a Police Reform Act because everyone took to the streets. This was about humanity. Usually everyone ignores when the cries of the Black man, but George Floyd's a martyr because he changed the way that the world saw the death of a Black man.
Yeah, you talk a lot about legislation, and that's really important in this. A year ago, though, at this point, you said Black people are on their own in America. Do you still feel that way, or do you feel like it's changed?
Absolutely. Black people are absolutely on their own in a country that they built for free. This is why we have to pass legislation, because Black people would still be slaves. It would still be okay for us not to vote. Black people are not okay right now, and we won't be. Even if we close all of the precincts today, what about the wealth gap? What about the health disparities? Black women can't even have a baby in the hospital without dying, no matter what their socioeconomic level is. So that's what we're doing with Black Opportunities, our new organization. We're building community centers all around the nation, starting in Houston, Texas, and here in the Bronx.
You know, Chivona, there is a lot that hasn't changed, and then there are tiny things that have changed right along the way. In fact, some corporations are now taking an active voice on the side of social justice, or trying to at least acknowledge that they are looking now, which they may not have been in the past, right? So what does it mean for you to have companies take a stand? How do you feel that it helps when corporations speak up?
The reason why urban areas and Black people suffer so much is because of disinvestment. To see companies investing and more specifically hiring C-suite level Black people to lead companies, it's a step in the right direction. That's why George Floyd's murder changed the world. It changed even journalism. I know there's ethics and diversity. It's changed every single corporation, and no one can ignore the racism that Black folks have been screaming about for hundreds of years.
It's about having a seat at the table, and we are seeing tiny changes in that direction. Chivona, thank you so much for joining us today. We do appreciate your voice.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me, and have a blessed day.
You too.
Take care.